Greetings, Minecrafters. Nonsanity here, and welcome to episode 5? 6? I've lost track now because I'm having to redo this. I had a loss of recordings, so I've got to catch you up on what I recorded and now have lost and must do again. Let's get started. 6. That's both the episode number and the number of times I've started this episode. Egads, but I'm having so many problems. Alright, so like I said, I recorded a lot before and I did things, but all that footage is lost, so I need to catch you up. I made another plant. I'm getting used to saying all this. Graphite plant. Makes graphite essence. Interestingly, there are 2 recipes with it. This one that uses 8 gets you 5 nuclear craft ingots. And this that takes 6 and only gets you 1 extreme reactors. But of course it's the extreme reactors one I want. Not 4 extreme reactors. I just want it as a decorative block. So I'm going to go ahead and make the nuclear craft version, which gets you 40 instead of just 10. Toss it into the manufactory. That gets me graphite dust from big extreme reactors. Toss that into any smelting device, and you get graphite bars like I want. I also made the crystal growth chamber from AE2 stuff. With this guy, you could put any of the seeds, where you take a ground up Fluix, ground up Certus, or ground up nether quartz. Mix the dust with sand, and you get 2 seeds. You put these seeds in here. They grow much faster than if you're just doing it the regular AE2 way. And this takes 6 of the AE2 crystal growth accelerators in its recipe. But that gets me the pure Certus I need to make the calculation processors. And I can just pop them in there. I went and in the previous episode I had made the Void Resource Miner and the Void Ore Miner from Environmental Tech. But last episode, I had gotten enough of the Erodium crystals that I upgraded this to Tier 2. It is already produced. There's 1 stack, 2 stacks, and almost a 3rd stack of the Chironite crystals, which are for Tier 3, so I can upgrade it pretty soon. It's running, and I turn this one back on. It's got lots of stuff it's created. These take a lot of power, but I've got the power. Whoop, give me that back, and put it in the correct slot. Because one of the other things I did in the missing footage was I made a Tier 1 solar panel from Environmental Tech, and then I upgraded it to Tier 2, because I had the parts for it. I also made the advanced power cells for here, and one for the wind farm, which I put way up there. And you may have seen this thing in the background. Nobody's commented about it. That may be potential mob farm. I'm not currently using it. There is a zombie spawner up there that I crafted with a... Well, let's just go up and see it. I think I've got my second home is up there. There we go. Simple mob farm. Just a whole lot of vector plates. That is like I said, it's a broken spawner that I crafted with a... Let's see, what's the spawner? Used the broken spawner. Where's the broken spawner? Broken spawner with a draconic core to get a stabilized mob spawner. I couldn't make this one yet because it requires fusion crafting. But this one's just gold, draconium, and a diamond. And it will run as sort of a regular vanilla mob farm. It is dark in there. It seems like it's not. But if I can... Oh, come on. Oh, sometimes these things are a pain to climb up. There we go. I guess they're all covered up. I thought they were visible down here. Oh yeah, there's a second layer. There where the dirt is. There are the lapis lanterns. Lamps, actually. Lamp. This guy, the lapis lamp. Some random things. Regular lamp with lapis around it. It acts like a normal redstone lamp as it emits light of 15. However, the light in this lamp does not prevent anything that requires darkness, like mob spawning. So the mobs will spawn even though it's well lit in there. It's fake light. And the regular torches out here, this is dark glass from extra utilities, so this torchlight doesn't get inside either. So things can spawn in there just fine and drop all their goodies. I just sort of stand here and let them come. This is a player trap from Dark Utilities. Looks like I got a zombie head. That's very nice. But I think that is now everything that I lost the footage for. So we can proceed apace. That took a lot less time, and actually, I guess losing it isn't horrible because I was just making things. And usually I prefer to have project chests like this one here. I've got stuff in it. I've got the necessary parts, I think I've got all the necessary parts, for a basic AE system. Just for storage purposes. I've got an ME controller. Where am I going to put this? I guess I will put it right here for now. And I'm just going to put everything on the floor like I'm doing here. I might just do that. I do need to have another power cell, though. So I guess I need to craft that up. So I need an emerald, a diamond, 2 prismarine, and some iron. A basic one will be good enough. Oh, I need the 2 lapis, 2 gold, there we go. Oh, and I need, I've used up all my paper. Oh, not this one, this one. I always thought that this recipe made you like 3 or 4 paper, but it only makes you 1 now. Oh, I need some more gold. Nuggets. So gold, 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 gold. Paper. I guess I only had enough paper. I only needed 1. So we'll go over to this guy, duplicate the ID. And let's put this power cell down below. Give it that. Out. We should have a shiny, flashy thing. We do. Okay. We're going to take some ME drives, and I think we'll just put them next to it for now. Can they face upwards? Yes, good. I've got another one. Do I need it for my plans? Yeah, I do need it. I guess I'll just put it here. And we'll eventually have more. Alright. I've got an ME security terminal. I'm just going to stick that down here. And let's just get everything here. I made a wireless crafting terminal. To make that work, it has to be placed in this slot and then taken out. And we'll need to hook up this wireless access point. It's going to need some cable. don't want it there. Let's do it like that. Oh, okay. I can just put it like that. That works. I thought it had to go on a cable, but it looks like it would work that way. I'll have to make some range upgrades, but I don't have them yet. Alright, I'm going to put a cable there. Got a crafting terminal. I'm going to place it on top, so it's like a table. Alright, everything's working there. And now I made 20 1K units. Make them all up. Actually, I'll put them over on this one. There's 10 there. 9 here, and I need to craft the one more. Where'd it go? Okay. There's the one more. I'm making a whole bunch of those just for the little things I only have one of. They can go in those drawers. And then I made 20 4Ks. Got enough that time, enough room. And that will be for stuff I've got a decent quantity of. And then I made 5 of these, but I used one of them for the security station. So I've got 4 left. These are the 16Ks. This needs to be charged, so I'll just toss it in here for charging. Alright. Before I use that, though, let's open this up and toss a few things in. And now I can see them. Excellent. I wonder which type of... It looks like this is the use the boosters up. I personally like just having one and making it work. But we'll see how it goes. Alright, so now I can do the very satisfying thing of moving everything into storage. But I was thinking, and because it's a crafting, I don't need that in my inventory anymore. I was thinking that while I'm moving before I move everything, I should do a little bit of Thaumcraft. Because you can scan inventory. There's a mod to let you do that, but you can't scan what's in here very easily. So before I put everything away, I should scan it all. For that, I need a Thaumometer. Or a Thaumometer. Which, you know, there's no recipe for it because he has to use Thaumcraft, and Thaumcraft is a bit of a progression. It would be nice if they at least gave you the information you need. Let me see how much I remember. Right off the top of my head. Salus Mundus, I think it's called. There it is. To create Salus Mundus, take 3 Viz crystals of different types and combine them with redstone dust. By crafting them with a flint and a bowl. So 3 Viz crystals, redstone dust, flint, and bowl. Alright, I need a bowl. I need flint, redstone, and Viz crystals. I do not have any up here. I've got these right here. But I've sort of been letting them grow. I've got a bunch down in the void ore miner. None of those fire ones, the Ignis. But I've got the other varieties, so let's grab just a stack of each type that this system can produce. That should be good enough for the moment. Alright. Whoop. Wasted that torch. That's fine. So put everything in here. Let's make the bowl. And then it said flint. Give me flint, redstone, and any 3 crystals. No, 3. I think this is the problem. I need to place these crystals and then break them. There we go. Now this should work. See, they're the wrong shape. I'm going to have to make something to make that for me. Alright, so Salus Mundus. Got that. 6 wood and some books. That away. Getting a bit laggy on that. Place that down, and then hit it with the Salus Mundus. Nice effects. Thaumcraft does have very nice effects. Alright, unfortunately now, we get to something that is very much like a progression pack, though it's only for a specific mod. Arcane Workbench. Do I want to do all of this on camera? Do you want me to do all this on camera? Scribing tools. Need a glass file, feather and ink. And the research table. Alright, so now I need to make a table. Wood table. Slabs. Okay. I'm going to make 2 of them. Two tables. And I'm going to need to make a lot of these crystals. I can ore mine them. Yeah, let me convert a lot of these over to the format they need to be used in, and I will be right back. Well, I don't want to do it by hand. What I did here was I set up a cyclic block placer and a embers automatic breaker. The block placer is aimed at that cobblestone, and I put the full-size crystals on that. And then the breaker, actually I set this collector a little too small. There we go. And this item collector is sucking up the results and putting them into this drawer. So that'll work. See, I had the one other crystal type. Thought I had the other crystal type. Maybe I only got... No, I had 4 types. What do I do with the other one? Or is it in there? Okay, it's in there. Good. Alright, so that'll get me the things I need to make the Salus Mundus. Let's make 2 more of it right now. That, and that. Alright, that's done doing the 4 stacks worth. So let's work on this. I took down the other one. I think I only need 1 right now. I think what I need to do is make the scribing tools and then go whack. There we go. Research table. I don't have any paper yet, so I'm not going to do that. Crafting table. Salus Mundus. There we go. There it is. That's what I was going for. Alright, I will need to... Can I make the Thaumometer now? Yeah, I just went back into here, and there was a complete button. Complete that, and now I get the recipe for the Thaumometer. So I need 1 of each V crystal, glass pane, and some gold, and then I can make a Thaumometer. That's what I wanted to do, but you know, I don't have all of the crystals, so I'm going to have to go and get them. So I will be back in a little bit after I find the rest of the crystals I need. Well, it seems like going to the caves under my building is a great way to get crystals. They've been growing like crazy down here. I think I won't have much trouble at all on collecting some. I'm back from exploring the caves under the base, and I found 3 crates worth of loot. Conduit probe, not bad. I think there's 3 of those in here. Found one of those embers, little stone shacks. Some capacitors. Let's try this one in. Oop. No, this one doesn't take it. I guess I don't have anything that'll take it quite yet. But that might be a good one. There's a drill core. Another conduit probe. Ah, summoning pendulum. That'd be nice. And I think that's about it. Oh, emerald chestplate in full condition. But I will take this is better than the iron chestplate I'm wearing. By a good bit. Alright, back to this. That. And we have a thermometer. That's what I wanted. So... waiting for server. Server's being a little slow. Inventory, only scanning first 100 items. There's a little bit of a delay there. Guess I have to wait for the sparkles. No, the sparkles are just because that was the first time I looked at a crate. I want the insides. Scan all the things. Alright, that's everything. Alright, scanning complete. That was what my whole goal for the Thaumcraft was. To scan everything before I put it into the system. But now I'm going to do that. And it's a bit boring to watch. So I will see you when I am done doing this. I'm off to the nearby dungeon with my spawner changer, in which a wither skeleton has been trapped. See if I can... Perfect landing. Here it is, with entity wither skeleton. And I'm just going to pop down here, and I'm pretty sure there's at least one spawner left. And hopefully that I'm recording, the other members of this server, one in particular, you know who you are, won't say anything untoward while I record. Again. Alright, here it is. That looks like it's a zombie in armor. So hopefully this is a normal spawner, and I can whack it with this. That did not seem to do anything. Well, let's break it and see what it says. Wither skeleton. It did work. Good. It just didn't change its appearance. Pop back home. Now there's a number of different ways you can make this work, and the one I'm going to try using is from Draconic Evolution. This guy here. He's cheap. Oh. So I don't have any more Draconium cooked up. I don't. Let's do that. But then I'll also have to make a place to put this. I could do it in the upper spawner chamber I made up there, but yeah, it's sort of out of the way and too big, and I want to make something just down here in the ground. Soon, and this is leading us up to it, I want to switch over to a new location and build my final base build. Let's go ahead and combine these. There we go. Stabilize mob spawner. Oh, it's spider. This should be wither. So, let's build a mob farm down under the base. Yeah, there was a cut there. I dig a hole down here and set up a very simple mob farm. So let's go in here and take a look. Simple 9 wide, 9 deep. Spawners have a range of 8 by 8 from one corner, but always trying to figure out which corner is which. It's just easier to make them 9 by 9. I hear a... Yeah, I see you there. Down you go. So, I've got the room. These are Actual Edition's lamps. They go all the way around, including there's one in the corner to make a continuous connection all the way around to behind this block, which has a lamp controller. Oh, and I just turned off the lights, basically. Turn them back on again. There you go. I've got an item collector over here to this, so we'll get any drops from them there. But we don't get the... Well, since right now this is just withers, I can leave this open. They can't get through a too high space. So I guess we'll just do that for now. And I've got a Solium dagger. I mean, I can close this up and use my laser, but I want to get some soul chunks. So, yeah, this the lamp controller, as long as it's touching one block, all the other blocks that are touching it, and they go all the way around to this guy here, are controlled by the one lever. There we go. We now have a way to get... Have I gotten any yet? Oh, I've got 2 wither skeleton chunks. That's great. I can start making a plant for it. Now I'm letting light leak in here, so only the back areas are going to be spawnable. I mean, it looks very bright in there. I've got the lapis lamps under the corners, and then this, of course, this... Oh, how'd you get me through the wall there? Oh, I've been withered. But take a look at my shields. They recover fast enough to keep the wither at bay. Isn't that awesome? And now it's going to come back up. So I never took any actual damage. That's pretty nice. But yeah, there's a lot of fake light in there, and then the walls, these walls are, even in complete darkness, they'll look like this. They're what you might call full bright, textured. The anti-blocks from Chisel, I always liked them. I like them for mob farms, so you can really see what's going on in there. But yeah, I can put I've got in this chest one of the player traps, which will kill whatever touches it. Still no heads. I'll have to make something that specifically gets heads. Then again, if I get a few more of those chunks... Oh, I got 4 now. I can make a wither skeleton seed. And that will make... Does it have a doing? Go to wither skeleton skull, made from wither skeleton essence, and a blank skull, which is stone block, and soul dust, which is soul stone, which you can make, but I've got plenty of it from the nether. Just cook it up to get soul dust. Let me put that around a bone block. Is there a plant to get your bone meal? I guess not. So we're surprised by that. But yeah, so now I can, I want to make a few withers. So let me get a few heads, or more of these wither chunks, and I will be right back. I guess because this episode has to end like it began, I lost another clip. I have a Supremium Litherite Cleaver. This thing came out pretty good. I went with used more 8s more Supremium. If we look at it here and get the thing, Supremium for the blade, Litherite for the plate, and then the 2 tough tool rods are both plastic. This gives a really nice durability of 3,500, an attack of 21. I put a whole lot of beheading on it, merging it with an ender pearl and an obsidian a few times to get it up to beheading 5. I think it starts at 2 because it's a cleaver. And I've used it enough to get 2 more modifiers so I can get some sharpness on it and get even more damage. It'd be a nice, really nice weapon. But I just switched this back to running on automated mode by putting the player trap back down and closing up the glass. And I got enough wither skulls. Let's go up here. Oh, one thing, the wireless... Let's look up wireless. I made this wireless crafting terminal, and every time I crafted with it, and even when I opened it, it would lag the whole server. If I told it to craft a bunch of stacks, everybody would be frozen for a while on the server. So I started playing with it to try and figure out how to make it better. And you can take this thing and craft it with some of these other ones, like the fluid, interface, and pattern. So I went ahead and made the interface and merged the 2 together, and that changes it from this red one to this green ultimate terminal, which you can have multiple modules into it. You can eventually get all of them in there. This recipe didn't do anything. I could not make that thing, but I can make all of these. So I did do that, and so now it has the module. Let's see, where does it list the modules? Okay, it's all modules. Wireless crafting terminal, wireless interface terminal. So they're both in there. And this one does not cause any lag. And I stuck it on my belt, which can be actually seen on my belt there. And I've got the keybind, so I can click the keybind and open up the whole thing. Very nice. Put that away. Let's get some skulls that I collected. I can do 3 withers. Get some soul sand. There we go. And I've got chironite. If you do a NEI search for, use the # or hashtag, and then do wither, and then do it again for proof. You have to do each word with that tag, so it goes and looks in the tooltips. We have 5 different blocks that can be used that are witherproof. The reinforced obsidian from Ender.io, chironite, palladium, ionite, and Atheum from Environmental Tech. And because we're up on the tier 2 void ore miner, we're getting chironite. So I made 35 blocks of chironite, which is more than enough. And let me take you to the mining dimension, where I've got a place set up. And again, because I lost the footage again, I've filled in the holes. I used the sky stone from over there, because this should have a pretty good damage rating. This was just dirt and cobble here. But you can see this shape that I've got. This is how I like building my wither box. 3, 3, leave a gap at the front. Next layer is full. And the top layer leaves a gap at the back. And then 3 across here, and then another 3, very, very important, the second layer up on top. And now I like to, if I have the extras, do that. That's pretty good. Actually, I'll take this last one. Not on the top. I really like this block. It looks like crushed purple velvet. I may have to use some of that in my builds. Because this block often breaks. I'm going to try placing it with that. And I don't need. Alright. I can get rid of those now, because they're ugly. Otherwise, this looks pretty good. Yeah, I like that. Alright, soul sand and heads. Let's build us a wither. The nice thing about this box, it's 3 by 3 by 1 inside. The wither is slightly taller than that. So his head is actually in this first layer of blocks above. It's in that lower layer, which is why you need the second layer on top, so that he doesn't pop out through the ceiling. Very, very important to do that. But because his head is in that first block, when he spawns completely, he's going to start taking damage. See? He's suffocating. So if you just leave him there, he will slowly, slowly die all by himself, which is really nice. But you can also just use whatever. You can come over here and whack at his feet with a sword, or like I'm doing, laser him to death. And we've got nether stars. Groovy. And yellow hearts. I went ahead and used some of the yellow hearts and some of the red hearts. Oh, no. Right click just... I want to crouch right click. So I've got 10 of the red heart canisters, which now that I've got wither bones, I can make the canisters and the relic apple, which is just a slightly expensive apple. That's just iron run bone, and the red hearts, you get these canisters. You make a whole bunch of those. 10 you keep and you put here. The other 10 you use with golden apples to make the yellow heart canisters and the yellow hearts. I only had enough gold prepared to make 4, but I've got more hearts, so I'll be able to add more. Now I'm up to 70 health. I think I was at 42 before. So that was a really nice upgrade. And none of these broke. That's good. The sky stone is a good filler block. Hard to break. The wither can break them, but he could escape from them. But the explosion pattern it creates from this structure, just basically explosion is seeping out the corners that I don't fill in. Stand back here where it's a little bit quieter. Yeah, it's so easy. What was that? Soul receptacle from Tombstone. Nice. That'll be useful. I've never done anything with the Corel. It's not just a gravestone mod. There's lots of stuff that you can do in that. I have never done it, so I'm looking forward to giving that a try. Alright, last one that I've got. And then let's make some armor. That's why I'm doing this right now. I don't really need the stars for anything else, but making the wither skeleton farm was fairly simple. Just had to break enough spawners from a dungeon to have the pieces to make the spawner changer, run to the nether, whack a wither skeleton with the changer, go back to the dungeon. So I'll toss that away. And whack one of the spawners with the changer to turn into a wither skeleton spawner. And then attach it with the draconic thing, and yeah, it worked great. So, I've got all the parts I need here. These things, recipe, are what require the nether star. I need 4 of these, so 4 nether stars. Plus another 12 skeleton skulls, and then diamonds, and then all these essence, which I got plenty of. Leather is actually the lowest level, is the thing I got the least of. Alright, so the first thing we'll do is the chest plate, which I think is like that. Yep, there's the chest plate. And then we can do the pants, which is like that. Then we can do the boots, which is like that. No, reverse. There we go, boots. And then the helmet. There we go. Bye-bye slime boots. We now have creative flight. Sweet. I am very much going to use that for making the new base. That's why I wanted to do this. Now I can start working on that, and it could be, hopefully, part of the next episode. Though I'm not going to force you to watch me build, and my walls are not visible at the moment. There we go. That's better. No, not all of it. There we go. Yeah, I look forward to starting the new base. I mean, I like the color palette of this. I didn't really like the pointy windows after I made them, but they sort of grew on me, I guess. But I'm looking forward to getting back to my preferred style of futuristic. So, that was a very good episode, getting this armor, which you can't see because I turned it off. Let's turn it back on again because, hey, that was the point of the episode. In fact, that could be a thumbnail. Let's do a thumbnail together. I never do thumbnail together. Let's see, where's a good spot to stand? Oh, let's go over here. Nope, too far. Yeah, that's good. Click. All right. Until next time, this is Nonsanity signing out. Take care, be good, and see you next time.